Hey, listen, if you have kids between the ages of 12 and 19 who are interested in producing their own video game or music album, look no further. Digital Brilliance Hour ensures black and brown youth are prepared for a global workforce. Through team building activities, students gain the STEM knowledge and skills to thrive in the fast-changing IT field or pursue other post-secondary college and career options. For more information on how to get involved in this workshop, go to whatisdbh.info. I strongly suggest you do.
Gotta be prepared, properly, or you could end up dead, just like one of these rappers.
Kind of makes you want to transition to the next conversation I'm going to have. Oh, and I brought this up to you yesterday, and then we see this happen when we leave, and now it kind of makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
We remember C Delores Tucker from back in the day when we were kids. I think she got into it with Uncle Luke, and then Tupac and Snoop and Dre about gangster rap. She said that they're pimping porn rap to our children. She denounced the lyrics, she denounced the lifestyle, and a lot of people were up in arms because we had this beautiful thing called gangster rap hip hop that we love so much, and we love the characters that we could not dare take them away, and we would not allow anyone like Miss C Delores Tucker to do so, and they end up ultimately winning that. In hindsight, looking at it now 20 something years later, and where we're at right now when we're talking about rappers dying every 3 hours, was she right? Was she right?
I think she was. And shout out to her, a Philadelphia native, civil rights activist. She did a lot. I think when you look at it now in hindsight, I was saying this yesterday, she was like that old grandmother or the old mother who had that wisdom and seen something before it happened. Like, you don't go down there, baby. You don't do this, baby. You're gonna burn your ass. You're gonna get your ass. And next thing you know, you go down there and it happens. And I think, at the time, these rappers she was going up against, they were young, they were hungry, they had a passion for something. So nobody in the world could tell them no way. Like, I'm going to do this, F you. But if you look at the collateral damage of hip hop, yeah, I get it. It's brothers from the inner city and sometimes out in the outer cities, talking about their experiences, talking about their life and things like that. I understand that it's an art form, but when it comes to when it's being promoted wholesale and marketed and glorified, that's where your problem comes in. If you're gonna sit over here, you tell me a story about all the shit you did in the street, but look, this is how I learned. This shit kicked my ass, almost died. Don't do this. It's a lesson in that. But if you still in there glorifying it, you got your rag on, you know what I mean? You throwing up sets and shit and all that, and your pants is sagging, and this is the lifestyle you need to live to make it. Now it starts to affect the children. And why does it affect, it seems like, minority of black children so much? Because our role models ain't really crazy there like other places.
Yep.
Right? And so it's like we looking at other things, to be role models for. So now you got these kids now that want to be like a little baby or be like, whoever, a young thug, anybody, you know what I mean? I'm not saying little baby's the thug,
right,
or nothing like that. Or Dirk. Let's put Dirk in there. Like, look at his music. Totally toxic. You know what I mean? Totally about the gang-banging life. Totally about killing people, smoking, hookah sticks and smoking people's dead relatives and shit like that. Total, like, destruction music. So she was on to something. I don't think she was ever going to win, but she was definitely on to something. She was right. It should be some type of something in place where it can't be promoted wholesale the way it's being promoted, because these record labels, they see what's going on,
of course,
but they making so much millions, hundreds of millions from it. They would never. Well, who going to stop something you making hundreds of millions of dollars doing? You ain't going to stop it.
Nah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. She was definitely correct.
Yeah, indeed. I was watching something on IG today, and they were in the court. It was a court hearing, and it was some rappers I never even heard of, right? Yeah. And they were playing their lyrics, and they were breaking these lyrics down step by step.
Man.
And every lyric coincided with something like, okay, so they would play the lyric, and then somebody would, okay, well, what did this mean? And then I guess the investigators will break down, okay, this is when person A did this to person B, and this is what they mean by when they say slide, they didn't do a drive-by, they went and killed them themselves and all this. They was breaking everything down. There weren't no fucking code words that got by him. There was nothing that got by him. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, God damn, we either incriminating ourselves and putting ourselves away, because now the lyrics that she was trying to advocate and trying not to promote, they're actually giving you play-by-play on how we're doing murders. This is how it has evolved. And what if she's seen it coming to this point, but we just did not allow we didn't allow the change to happen, because she wasn't mad at the hip-hop prior to. At least I don't know that. I could be wrong. Maybe she didn't like hip hop in
It was
general.
I think it was just gangster
But it was
rap.
more so
Yeah.
gangster rap is what I'm assuming. Yeah, right. So I think she was right too. I don't know what we could have done to change it, because a lot of the songs that we hear maybe we wouldn't have heard if, in fact, this would have been in place to what she wanted to be done. But at what cost? Maybe we would have saved some more lives. So I don't know. Maybe we could have did without some of that music. I don't. It's something has to be done, because we're at a crossroads right now where it's never been worse. We're losing people by the minute, losing people by the mile, whether that be to the jail system or whether that be to death. We've been talking about this since our grandparents and their grandparents were alive, since the invention of fucking TVs, and this shit gotta stop.
And people got to look at it like, you don't see it as a problem for murder, death, drug dealing, drug using, murdering your brother being a problem. Like, for it to be promoted, like, that's sick, man.
It's ridiculous.
Like, a lot of other genres, you ain't really getting that like that.
Right.
That's why you could be around different people. As soon as hip hop come on, you cringe like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You could be around somebody white, somebody this, somebody that, and you cringing like, oh, even like when your kids listen to it, you cringe like, whoa.
Yep.
You know, but you put on a pop station or something, it's not that type of message. Rock, I guess it gets crazy sometimes with certain things, but it ain't that type of message. Jazz, R&B is really not that type, of message like hip hop is. So even though it's profitable and people make a lot of money from it, I think there has a lot of trail of blood that needs to be addressed, and people don't want to address it because it's making so many people, like, you ain't going to hear your Diddy's, your Fat Joes and all these people, because they in that industry, they're making money, and we're making money from the industry as well, but we got balls enough to still talk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But those guys are actively pushing artists, making money off artists. So they remember the movement they pushing now is, we don't want our lyrics being used against us in court. They can give a damn.
Right.
If it's destroying the community, they want to keep making money from it.
Exactly. Y'all, we want to keep talking about doing what we're doing in real life, and we don't want y'all to stop us. Protect black art.
Right.
Man. What else can we do, dog?
Yeah, it's
I don't know, man.
It's a crazy situation, man. But as far as this killing and stuff, man, I don't know, man. I don't want to be cliche, so we got to do better. It ain't going to get better. I don't think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.